Okay, so I'm excited, really excited to do a review on this Uber appliance fridge. And what this is it is a mini fridge that actually, if you've watched my channel, you know I did a review on the 6-can Uber refrigerator. This one is twice the size at 12 cans. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up. And really the packaging is very much like the Uber products are. They're all red. A little bit of information on the back, but otherwise let's just crack right into it and see what we got. Alright, so immediately I can tell that this is much different from their other refrigerator. This one is red and it is quite a bit bigger. So let's go ahead and pop this thing out. Alright, and that is it. So everything must be inside of this. And I'll go ahead and flip it around so you can see it. It almost kind of has a retro look to it. It's almost like a fire engine red. It's kind of a cool color. But the first thing I think when I see this is retro. So let's go ahead and crack this open. So again, here we've got the instructions, which usually I don't read those. And then we've got our cables, much like with the other refrigerator. One of them is going to be AC and one's going to be DC for in the car. 12 volts and 110 volts. So there's your car plug and there is your wall outlet plug. We'll flip it around to the back here, and as you can see, we've got our different plugs. One for the DC, one for the AC, and it also has the warming function as well as the cooling function. When it's on cool, the green light shows. When it's on warm, the red light shows. So initial thoughts, another difference here is this little plastic glass looking display here so you can see what's inside the fridge. That's kind of a neat little feature there. Also, the door mechanism is much like the other one. It's a little spring-loaded handle, and it closes just by shutting it. You don't have to pull the handle back or anything like that. So let's go ahead and let's plug it in and just see what we get here. I'm assuming it's going to sound much like the other refrigerator does and function much like the other refrigerator did. So let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, so we've got it plugged into the wall outlet here, and I'll go ahead and show you what we've got on the back. Flip it to cool. Green light pops on. It's very quiet. It sounds much like the other refrigerator did. And that's pretty much it. So it is now up and running. And I will flip it so you can see the back. We've got a little fan here. And we've got our controls. And that is basically it. There's on, off, and that is it. Little handle on the top to pick it up. And then I will go ahead and we'll check the power draw here. Okay, so what I've got here is my meter to test the power rating, and we're hovering right around 55 watts. So that's actually really good for a refrigerator. And what I also wanted to do here is show the other size Uber Chill refrigerator that's on Amazon. So this is the smaller one. And as you can see, it's got a little bit of a shelf. I've got a whole review on this if you want to see that. Links below. But very similar, just this is twice the size. So what I want to do is let this run and see what we get on our temperature gauge here. So I will have this hooked up overnight. The other thing I want to do here is the smaller Uber fridge can fit 6 cans. So I just want to test quickly the claimed 12 cans and see how they fit. Now, as you can see, this would easily hold 12 cans, but I also wanted to see about water, how that would fit. So basically with the 12 cans, you're not getting water in here. But let's try taking a few out. Alright, so easily you can see how the water is going to fit in here, no problem. And there it is, all closed up. It's kind of cool, you can see right through it and see what you're looking for before you even open it up. But everything here is warm. This is all room temperature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let this sit overnight, throw my temperature gauge in there, and close it up, and we'll come back in 24 hours and see how cold it gets. Okay, so the Uber Chill has been running for just over 1 day. I would say we're probably at about 25 hours. And we went from a temperature of about 74 degrees down to 50.7. Now, the other model of this that I have, that's the same brand, just a little bit smaller, gets down to about 37 to 40 degrees, depending on what environment it's in. So I would anticipate this would be the same result. I'm thinking just because it's a bigger fridge and I have probably about, 10 sodas in there, a bottle of water, and everything was room temperature. So it's going to take a little bit more time for that to cool itself down. So again, that's about what you can expect. We got over probably 23 degrees in the matter of about 25 hours. So about 1 degree per hour. And just take you around back here so you can hear the fan sound. It's very quiet. And that is it. So the front of it is slightly, ever so slightly cool to the touch. There's really nothing that gets hot, just barely warm, blowing out the fan in the back. But yeah, again, that's what you can expect. And after this thing starts cooling down, it'll maintain the temperature very well. One thing to note is in the instructions, it says after 48 hours of use, you should let this thing turn off for an hour. So actually shut it off for 1 hour to give it a break, and then you can go ahead and use it again. So for my purposes, I've actually hooked it up to a timer, you know, like you'd use for Christmas tree lights or whatever, and just kind of have it cycle off every 2 days for 1 hour. So just something to note. Hope you enjoyed the review. Thank you for watching.